Okay, it is December 3rd. Change my word. December 3rd at 7:30 PM. And we are calling to order the Needham Conservation Commission public hearing. As a preliminary matter, my name is Janet Bernardo, Conservation Commission Chair. Permit me to confirm that all members and persons anticipated on the agenda are present and can hear me. Members, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Allison.
Aye. Here.
Sue.
Here.
Artie.
Yo.
Peter.
Here.
Bill.
Here.
Steve is not here, right? He's the only one. Okay, no Steve. Good evening. Oh, so staff, sorry. Staff, when I call your name, Debbie?
Here.
Clay?
Here.
Oh, our list is short, but can I still just wait and call these people when we get there?
Yeah,
Sounds good. Yeah.
Good evening. This open meeting of the Town of Needham Conservation Commission is being conducted remotely, consistent with Governor Baker's executive order of March 12, 2020, due to the current state of emergency in the Commonwealth due to the outbreak of the COVID-19 virus. In order to mitigate the transmission of the COVID-19 virus, we have been advised and directed by the Commonwealth to suspend public gatherings, and as such, the governor's orders suspend the requirement of the open meeting law to have all meetings in a publicly accessible physical location. Further, all members of public bodies are allowed and encouraged to participate remotely. The order allows public bodies to meet entirely remotely so long as reasonable public access is afforded so that the public can follow along with the deliberations of the meeting. For this meeting, the Needham Conservation Commission is convening by Zoom app as posted on the town's website, identifying how the public may join. The general public is allowed and encouraged to ask questions during the meeting when directed by the commission chair and through the use of the raise hand feature associated with the Zoom meeting app. Those that have questions or comments regarding a particular hearing will be called upon in the order they raise their hand, so please be patient. How obvious is that raise hand? Does everybody just can figure it out? I was on another meeting and I couldn't figure it out. You go to your name and then there's a more. No.
Yep. And then it's under
Oh,
more
raise hand at the bottom. Okay, got it.
or under more.
Under more. All right, sorry. Meeting materials. All supporting materials have been provided to members of this board and are available on the Conservation Commission website. The public is encouraged to follow along using the posted agenda unless the chair notes otherwise. We are now tuning in to the first item on the agenda. Before we do so, permit me to cover some ground rules for effective and clear conduct of our business and to ensure accurate meeting minutes. The chair will introduce each hearing on the agenda. I will introduce the applicant and or their consultants to begin their project presentation. After they conclude their presentation, the chair will go down the line of members, inviting each by name to provide any comment or questions. Please hold until your name is called. Further, please remember to mute your phone or computer when you are not speaking. Please remember to speak clearly and in a way that helps generate accurate minutes. For any response, please wait until the chair yields the floor to you, and please state your name before speaking. Finally, each vote taken in this meeting will be conducted by roll call vote. Okay, we did that. Now, some of these, I believe we are just going to continue because they do not have a DP file number. Is that true? So we'll go through those quick. 54 so the first agenda, 54 Pheasant Landing Road. It does not have a DP file number. It is continued notice of intent. And are we discussing this at all, or are we just continuing it till January 7th?
So open it and then continue it.
Oh, I didn't just open it? 'Cause
Sure.
it was it's open. Is there anybody going
Okay.
to talk about it?
No.
Okay, so can I have a motion to continue 54 Pheasant Landing till January 7th, 2021?
So moved.
Thank you, Artie. Can I have a second?
Second.
For Allison, all in favor. Allison,
Aye.
Sue,
Aye.
Artie,
Aye.
Peter,
Aye.
Bill,
Aye.
Janet, aye. Okay, continued. The next one on the agenda is 766 Chestnut Street. The DP file number has not yet been issued. This is a continued notice of intent. Is anybody here to talk about this one?
No.
No. So I need a motion to continue this 766 Chestnut Street till January 7th, 2021.
So moved.
Thank you, Artie. Can I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Allison. All in favor? Bill,
Aye.
Peter,
Aye.
Artie,
Aye.
Sue,
Aye.
Allison.
Aye.
Continued. Okay, now we are up to 100 Edgewater Drive, DP file number 234855. This is a notice of intent. And I have on the agenda potential speakers, Bert Herlock. Are you here and can you hear me?
Yep, I'm here and I can hear you.
Stephen Myers. Can you hear me? I see you.
Yes, I can hear you. I just unmuted.
I
If you can hear
you.
me.
Brandon Lee.
I'm here.
And you can hear us. Okay, so anybody else from your team here?
No, that's all.
Great. Who is speaking for this project? Who's presenting it?
This is Brandon Lee from Kelly Engineering Group.
Go right ahead.
Clay, do you mind pulling up the plan?
Sure, just a moment. I will share that.
Thank you. The property is located on 100 Edgewater Drive. It consists of a single-family home that's 1,889 square feet with a deck at the back, as well as a paved driveway and a walkway in the front. Resource areas on the site consist of the Charles River located to the east of the property and its associated 200-foot riverfront area. There's also bordering vegetated wetlands associated with the Charles River. There's a strip of upland adjacent to the Charles River in between the wetlands and the river. There's also bordering land subject to flooding. The base flood elevation is 95 feet. No work will occur in the floodplain. The proposed project entails the construction of a 360 square feet addition located to the south of the existing building, as well as a 1,080 square feet garage located to the north of the existing home, as well as a small widening of the existing driveway adjacent to that front walkway. That consists of 200 square feet. The total increase in impervious area is 1,640 square feet. The only work proposed within the resource areas is the proposed garage, which is located within the 100-foot buffer zone to bordering vegetated wetlands. The closest limit of work is 70 feet from the wetlands. The project will also consist of stormwater management upgrades designed to recharge 1 inch of volume over the impervious area, over the increase in impervious area, as well as the entire existing roof area as required by the Needham Stormwater Bylaw. That stormwater upgrades consist of 4 subsurface dry wells. There are 2 adjacent to the proposed expansion and 2 adjacent to the proposed garage. Again, these dry wells will provide more than 1 inch of recharge volume. Does anybody have any questions?
Oh, you're done. I'll let the commission comment on if they have any questions. My one question to Debbie and Clay is, weren't we going to have applicants start coloring in the plan so it's easier to follow?
Yes, we are. We're
still working
redoing our checklist. So that will be part of it.
So Artie, do you have any comments, questions?
Yeah, so yeah, I agree with you, as far as coloring in, making it easier to see what's going on. I want to clarify. Yeah, so the only work going on the 100-foot buffer. Okay, so part of the house already exists within the 100-foot buffer, but you're going to be adding on to the left-hand side plus adding a garage. So, and so I see that. So just to clarify what I'm seeing here, so it's the back third of the garage, which is in the resource area. Is that what's going on?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Could I verify who's talking now? Because I don't see who's talking now.
This is
Brandon.
Brandon Lee from Kelly Engineering.
Is there any chance you could turn on your video? I think it's appropriate that video is turned on when people are talking, to be honest. So if you have video, I think it's appropriate to turn it on.
Yeah, it's not working. Sorry, because I'm using a remote desktop. So I'm kind of operating the computer from my office as well as using my iPad, but it's not allowing me to share video.
I don't have any further questions right now.
I was expecting you to ask if any trees are coming down.
Well, no, trust me, I'm not done. I said, I'm not done. I'm putting it off to other people right now.
Okay. So Brandon, are any trees coming down?
No, I don't believe there are any trees within the proposed footprints of the garage or the addition.
Allison, do you have any comments, questions?
Just one question, it seems like the only tiny bit of regrading is the 100-foot contour. No other contours are being touched. Is that really true?
Yes, that's correct.
Oh, no, yeah, there's 200-foot places with their tiny little changes. Okay, thanks. That was and the other one was the trees, but I didn't see any trees coming down. So I guess the issue is you're going to really be able to keep the trees. I mean, there needs to be protection around them, et cetera. The ones especially to the south, I guess.
We do have a erosion control line along the limit of work.
Yeah, no, I mean, I guess I'm south, true south, like, so it's this way, over this way.
You mean to the left, the left-hand
To
part?
the left, yeah, there are trees close to the left. And there are some trees close to the garage as well, but the ones to the left, I guess they're out of the resource area. I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay,
Like, can you zoom in on that? Oh, yeah,
It's out of
they
the
are out of
resource
the resource.
area, so never mind. It's not my business. Okay, never mind.
I tried to color in the buffer zone. Oh, does that change my lines when you do that? Huh. Okay, guess at least, so I tried to color in the buffer zone. That's the 100-foot buffer zone, orange.
Yeah.
and Red
Yeah.
is the erosion
Yeah,
control.
the ones to the south are out of the buffer, are out of the research area, so I can't ask about those. Never mind. What about the bill always asks, what's the soils like for the proposed dry wells?
Yeah, the NRCS soil survey map shows the soils are very well drained hydraulic group A soils.
That's good. Now, another thing that we've been wanting to change and start to
Yeah,
enforce
It's going on that checklist. I'm sorry.
is having soil test pits done prior to coming to this meeting. I'll ask Bill to chime in, but we had one applicant that really kind of gave us a hard time, so we kind of screwed it up for everybody else. But like a project like this, that it's 70 feet away, it's outside the riverfront area, it's pretty far from the wetlands. I don't have a problem with having the test pits done later because I'm not suspecting it to be an issue with high groundwater. But that is our policy to just start changing it. So it's gonna become a problem because realistically, and maybe Bill can chime in on his opinion on this. A project like this, I could have test pits done later, but when one person screws us up, then we're trying to kind of influence and be consistent all around. So keeping that in mind. Bill,
Yeah.
you have any comment on this?
Yeah, I think in this case that the stormwater or the structures are actually outside jurisdictional area. Is that true?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
That's right. Maybe it's a little more concerning when it's within jurisdictional area as well, but
All right, that's fair.
my only other issue or question, all the excess fill generated is going to be removed from the site.
Brandon?
Any extra fill? It's all going to be trucked away.
Or can you weigh in on that, or?
Yeah, I'm not sure I understand the question. What would
I
the-
can, Bert,
That's
Steve
Okay, so-
Myers, Steve Myers here. I'm the architect on the project. Yes, it's been discussed with the builder. It will be removed from the site, yes.
Okay, thank you. No other questions.
So if you have any stockpiling of materials, it will be outside that 100-foot buffer because you have space in the front or in the driveway or,
That is also correct, yes.
Bill, you're all set, Bill?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Peter, you have any comments, questions?
Nothing to add, no.
Sue, do you have any comments or questions?
No more.
Did I get all of I think I got all of us, right? I'm surprised. So Brandon, you definitely said that these stormwater chambers are sized to handle the entire roof runoff, the existing and proposed according to the town regulation.
Yes, that's correct. I think that's a total of 3,529 square feet of area. So the required volume was 294 cubic feet. And with the 4 galleys, we have 298 cubic feet.
Thanks. Okay, and no trees are coming down within our buffer. You have erosion controls. The stormwater is outside of our out of our jurisdiction. Artie, anything else?
No, I honestly can't think of anything right now.
Does anybody in the audience have any comments or questions?
There are
Claire,
no hands.
no hands? And anybody else from the applicant have anything additional to add?
No,
Not at this time, no.
We have everything that we need. Clay, you could take that down. Thank you. So are we ready to close this hearing? Do we need anything else? If we don't need anything else, we can close the hearing. So I'll take a motion to close.
No move, to close the hearing on whether.
Can I have a second?
A second.
Two. All in favor, Allison,
Aye.
Bill,
Aye.
Artie,
Aye.
Peter,
Aye.
Sue,
Aye.
and I. Okay, hearing is closed and we will prepare our order of conditions. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
thank you.
So John Rockwood is in the audience. Are you here for a particular project? Or are you just enjoying our company?
COC request for 81 Charles River.
Okay, 81 Charles River Street, certificate of compliance. Falls under other business. Did I see anything in our packet on this one? What 81 Charles River Street? Give me a reminder of what this project is.
It's a order of conditions that was issued in 2012. It involved
That's a good reason. I
paving part of a driveway, installing an infiltration system, moving a shed, grading part of a backyard, putting in a stone retaining wall, and doing some invasive species work and mitigation plantings in about 3,600 square feet on the property.
And the mitigation plantings have been monitored and are more than 75%.
No, that's sort of why we're here. We've attempted to plant the area twice, once in 2012, 2013, and more recently. This project has a little bit of a history. Basically, Leone Consulting, Landscape Consulting did the original. I filed the original notice of intent for them, and they did all the work. They got the driveway paved, they installed the infiltration system. The deck wasn't installed, but we came back to the commission and talked about that afterwards. And that was determined to be a minor exempt activity, the deck and the patio beneath. And the addition that was constructed was outside jurisdiction as well. So the work that was covered by the order was repaving the driveway, installing infiltration, moving the shed, removing some trees, grading the backyard, and putting in a retaining wall to hold back the slope adjacent to that, plus the mitigation work. We monitored the plantings in 2013 or so, in 2014, and basically there's a very large deer population behind this property, and they came in and ate essentially all of the 114 plantings. So in 2017, 2018, after speaking with the commission, we put in another 84 plantings, which the deer proceeded to consume. So we talked about removing all the invasives in there. In 2017, 18, 19, and 20, I went and addressed the invasive species. This last year, 2020, there were 30 seedlings in there of some glossy buckthorn and honeysuckle. No significant invasive species were left within the 3,600 square foot area. There has been some good volunteer growth in portions of the area of pines coming in and growing up, some red maples, some oak seedlings. Some of the plantings that were in did survive. It wasn't like one species survived, so we could go plant a bunch of that one because the deer didn't eat it. There was a couple here, a couple there kind of thing. We basically have about 25% survival of the plantings, plus some volunteer species, and we have taken care of the invasives. So the invasives in that area are largely gone. You know, we're going to get a couple seedlings coming back in because there's obviously a seed source there. But the last couple of years, it's largely just been 6-inch high seedlings. There haven't been any shrubs or anything that's been generating additional seeds. So the work for the project was done. The deck wasn't done, but it was done later as a minor exempt activity. And we talked to the commission about that in 2017, 2018. So we spoke with Debbie, and she suggested that we file the certificate of compliance request and speak to the commission about this. Two serious efforts, spending considerable time and money to put plantings in there, were done. The monitoring was done, and we followed up religiously relative to the invasive species work. I was out there on my hands and knees pulling these things up. We really didn't use any herbicide. We basically just pulled everything. So the bittersweet.
And you've given the homeowners a really good lesson on what invasive species look like and how to not let them go out of control.
Right.
We spent a lot of time with John in that back part of the yard.
Everybody's on your hands and knees pulling up weeds.
Yeah. So the good news is the site's stable. The work that was approved by the order has been completed. The only issue is the mitigation didn't go quite as anyone really wanted or was required by the order.
And it is stable. It's not just dirt.
It's not just dirt. There actually are, you know, the letter that I wrote in October 2020 goes through the volunteer species that are there. Basically some planted red maple, witch hazel.
Oh yeah, okay. I remember that part. Deb talked about the volunteer species that grew instead.
Yeah, there's some volunteer species that went in there too. Basically the plant density is higher, closer to the wetland, and as you move up the hill where it gets drier, obviously things don't necessarily fill in as well and as quickly, but it is moving that way, and the pines are really coming in pretty good if you look at some of the pictures that are in the various letters that have been submitted. So I would expect within the next 10 years for there to be a pretty good pine grove back there. The area is bounded. The the shed sort of demarcates the end of the lawn, so there's really no ability to creep. So you have the bounds plus the shed at the end of the lawn, and the mitigation areas behind the shed. So it's a pretty well protected area at the extreme. It's sort of an L-shaped lot, and the mitigation's at the far end of the L shape, with the house up in the front and the expanded yard out to the back and left. So basically, the work's been done, the site's stable, and like I said, we spent considerable effort on the mitigation, and the deer are just too hungry.
Deb or Clay, do you have anything to add to this?
Hi, so you do remember this, Janet?
Yeah, all of a sudden, when he said the other species came in, I'm like, oh,
The
yeah.
volunteer species. Yeah, and they did, you know, make a couple attempts at the plantings, and then I spoke to you about the invasives, and you thought that's what they should
It's all
concentrate.
coming back.
Is it coming back?
It's coming back. I got it. I can even picture the property.
Yeah. So you said for them to concentrate on that, which they have. So
Yep. That makes sense. That seems reasonable to me. Does any of the commission members have any comments they'd like to add? Bill?
No.
Peter?
No.
Artie?
No.
Allison?
Just curious, what were the species that got eaten?
Pretty much everything that was out there. I'll see what the list was.
Do you see the deer out in your backyard?
I wish I'd brought a picture. I could have shown. I mean, it's like a salad bar out there. No.
Yeah, there was blueberry, arrowwood, black cherry, viburnum, hazelnut, witch hazel, and mountain laurel.
They ate the mountain laurel. It's poisonous.
Well,
that's hard to believe. Okay.
Well,
right.
There are only like three of them out there. Maybe they just didn't survive.
Maybe they just died. Yeah. The other ones I could see. Okay.
Yeah. And then we tried some different species the second time, and you know, there's a few witch hazel left out there. There's a couple of red maples, and the pines are coming in, and there's a couple of the other species.
Yeah. Okay.
that are out there.
Sue, you have any comments or questions?
No, it sounds like hard work. Congratulations.
Thanks, Sue.
Did I get anybody in the audience have anything to add? And homeowners, you have anything to add? You've been working hard out there. Hopefully you're at least enjoying the deer, and it sounds like the Charles River must be a beautiful property.
It's a nice property. We just wanted, John's been tremendous in guiding us through the process, and he really has been teaching us. So we're grateful for his efforts on this one for sure.
So do we need anything else? Are we willing to issue a certificate of compliance even though their plantings didn't quite do what they were intending? And if so, I'll take a motion to issue a certificate of compliance for 81 Charles River Street.
So moved.
Can I have a second?
A second.
Sue, all in favor? Allison?
Aye.
Bill?
Aye.
Artie?
Aye.
Peter?
Aye.
Sue?
Aye.
And aye. Great. Thank you very much for all of your efforts. Enjoy your property.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Really appreciate
Appreciate
it.
it. Appreciate your explanation.
Have a good night.
Thanks. You too. Okay, now Sweet Preserve Boardwalk Study.
So I was approached by Jean McKnight, who is one of the planning board members, last week. She's part of some type of environmental group, and
Land
apparently,
Trust.
yes, thank you.
I think that Roy Kramer and Lisa Stanley might be part of that group.
Oh, interesting.
I think it's the same group.
Yeah, maybe. So anyway, she approached Janet, and Janet drew me and Clay into the discussion. I think she seems to frequent the Sweet Preserve. I had never been there before, but she was looking for potentials for adding trails and possibly a boardwalk to connect over to the old Hillside School.
How did you get into it? Where did you enter?
We got in on Central. So she was looking to put together a CPC application for this Friday is the deadline for some type of feasibility study to be done on whether this was possible. So I, go ahead. Oh, I thought you were gonna say something, Jenna. So I suggested that Clay and I go and walk the property to see if we thought that there was any potential before she went through putting together this application. And so Clay and I met out there on Tuesday. Is that true? Yes, Tuesday. And like I said, I had never been there. If you have been there off of Central, the beginning part of the property is all invasives. It's all thorns. It's really, when I first got there, I was like, why would anyone ever want to go in here? But once we got past a few vegetative barriers, we got towards the back, and there was a lot of wildlife. There was turkeys, a raccoon. It was really, kind of interesting. So if you're familiar with the property, it backs up to the Whalen's property. If you remember them from the Rosemary Lake, they've had issues with the town for many years as far as of silting of the stream behind their property and other issues. So their property goes all the way back to the center line of Rosemary Brook. So in order to connect up to the old Hillside School, it would take a massive effort of boardwalks to get around the Whalen's property and connect. So long story short, I did talk to Lee Newman, who's the director of planning. And she ended up talking to Jean and recognized that this was rushing things to have this in for this Friday. She didn't even know what department or what commission owned the property. And she really, was kind of jumping the gun. So Clay and I thought there was some potential for, even if it's just on the piece of the property before you get to the Whalens, of making it nicer, possibly having some overlook areas, and some type of trails in there. So I guess at this point, we're just gonna work with, how'd that feel? Sorry, my puppy's running around like a lunatic behind me. So we're gonna work with her and put together kind of a little working group over the next year to look into the feasibility, and then go from there. Next year we are going to look for funding.
Great.
So that was on the agenda because we thought it was like an emergency thing for this Friday, but that has passed.
Okay, so you'll just keep us informed along the way.
Yes, we will.
Okay. What about the Heather Lane proposed conservation restriction review?
So that, if you recall, as part of the subdivision, we're having a conservation restriction that's covering the 200-foot riverfront area along the Charles River, as part of our approval of the subdivision roadway. So their lawyer, Bob Smart, presented his version of the conservation restriction for us to review. We sent it off to town council. He reviewed it and thought that they should stick more to the state form. It would be more likely to be approved if they followed that type of format. So both parties worked with each other and came up with the draft that you guys had in your packets.
Yes, we did have it in our packet.
Yeah. So I don't know if anyone read it, but we did have town council review it. So, I'm pretty confident that it's legally sound.
You need a vote on this?
So you need to vote on it, and I have the papers to sign. The next step would be after we sign, it's on the agenda for the Board of Selectmen on Tuesday next week, I believe. Then they review and sign, and then it goes to the state.
So that
So
means we have to sign before Tuesday?
it means I have to have it over to Kate on Monday.
Oh,
So I'm gonna have it in your garage tomorrow,
okay.
with whatever else we have to sign so that you guys can sign off on it. So if anyone read it and they have any issues, you know,
I looked
now-
at it. I looked at it briefly. Did anybody have any comments or questions? I didn't have any issues with it.
Actually, I have
Okay.
a question.
Oh,
It sounded like a little bit of a limited access. How easy an access, and is it accessible to the public?
I don't think that was the intent of it. Janet,
I think
you,
it's the intent is to keep it as conservation land basically and not get built upon.
right, there
The
wasn't
original-
really a public access area. We looked into like a canoe landing type area. It would be kind of a difficult place for the public just to, you know, enter the property, I guess.
Yeah, the planning board had wanted some kind of a canoe access point or landing, and then people could come out and, you know, have a picnic, but it didn't sit well for safely.
Yeah, the
Land.
bank was really steep, so it wasn't feasible really.
But by having it as a conservation restriction, then it doesn't get built upon. And that's a
Right.
good thing.
But,
They'll
but
stay there.
can the public enjoy the land?
I don't think that they can get to it.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's not,
all right,
not really
okay.
accessible.
Okay. So it's not a recreation conservation
Not really,
restriction,
no.
it's
Because now that they're building this subdivision roadway, and then, you know, they've divided off lots. And each of the new owners is gonna have to come back to us individually when they construct their houses and such. So at least we have that 200-foot riverfront area under the conservation restriction on each of those properties in that area. So, you know, none of those people can come in and request to do work in there.
okay.
Anything else? Anybody?
Do you wanna vote on that now?
I think we want to vote on it so we can sign it. And that's the idea. So if nobody
Yeah.
else has any comments or concerns, I'll take a motion to approve the Heather Lane conservation restriction as written.
Someone else do that. I'm zoning out.
Was that a motion, Artie?
No, I'm zoning. I'm not feeling well. Someone else take up my mantle of
So moved. So moved.
Bill, yeah. Second?
You, all in favor? Sue,
Aye.
Bill,
Aye.
Peter,
Aye.
Allison?
Aye.
Artie, you don't have COVID, do you?
no, I'm just no. It's just common cold. No fever.
Okay,
No fever.
okay.
No fever.
You want to say aye?
Aye.
Janet, aye. Okay, so that was that, signed off, done. Anything else? Minutes,
just to-
enforcements?
I don't think, did you have any minutes, Clay? Okay. And no enforcement updates, just two things. For Heather Lane for Pierce Act, did he give you everything you needed for test pits, Janet?
Yes, they did a test pit right in the middle of that basin, didn't they?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure, because we still had it as part of the order of conditions that they needed to do that before they started construction of it. So I just wanted
But
to,
they went out and they did I think they did the test pit, didn't they do the test pit? I kind of remember test pit being done there.
Yeah, I didn't know if there was more that you wanted or
If there's a
that
test
was,
pit done in the middle of the basin, I'm fine.
okay. All right, because they're gearing up to start work and they just wanted clarification on that because it was part of the order. And the only other thing was I was contacted by Park and Rec because they were looking to put together kind of some kind of birding type program for the public. So I mentioned that the commission had been planning to do some commission-led walks of the various properties with various purposes. And Peter, I know that you were planning on doing a birding walk at Ridge Hill this past spring. So they asked if we were still planning on doing that in the coming up spring. And they offered to, if we wanted to make it a registration type event, that they would be happy to run registration and do advertising for it. So, I'm hoping to collaborate with them on a few different things, but they were pretty much looking to see if that was still on the possibilities this
Peter's
spring.
nodding, so I assume that it would be on the list as long as COVID is not an issue. I mean, we certainly can't encourage anybody
Right.
to lead anything if.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Peter was nodding away, so I'm assuming that he's
Yeah.
good for that.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's contingent on
Mhm.
something in May, but I'm certainly happy to do it.
Okay, so you would be happy if we kind of collaborated with them to get the word out and have some kind of registration process. Okay.
That would be nice. Okay, so we are just about done here. Is anything else happening to discuss?
No, so we have our, we're not meeting again till next year. So in that time, we will update our checklist, Janet, so that both of those items are on there.
Yeah, and I was able to, Peter, you have something to say?
Yeah, we have an order going.
What?
Order condition.
Order conditions.
Yes, you have a draft.
Oh, yeah, we have an order of conditions, so we have to vote on. All right, you guys, we're almost there. Thanks, Peter. So we have our order of conditions. They sent us over to us 100 Edgewater Drive. I feel like we have an entire commission that's asleep. All of us, I was like, can we ring some bells or something? I'm not sure who's the sound asleep the most. But so
you're hoping someone read it.
I'm hoping Peter read it. Yes, Peter, good job.
I saw no problems with it.
No problems. So now we need a motion. Did anybody else read it? That's like, I totally need bells to ring or something. So can I have a motion to approve the order of conditions for 100 Edgewater Drive as written?
So moved.
Thank you, Bill. Can I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Allison. All in favor? Peter?
Aye.
Artie?
Aye.
Sue?
Aye.
Bill?
Aye.
Allison?
Aye.
Janet? Aye. Okay, we issued. Anything else?
Bill, did you ever get sworn in?
I did, yes.
Oh, okay, good.
Do you need,
Okay.
I think I have a copy of it. Do you need a copy?
No, I just wanted to make sure that was taken care of.
It's official.
Official. Awesome. So yes, I'm pressing upon you to please go and sign over the weekend and please email me when you are done. I will email you tomorrow when everything's in her garage. But I don't want Kate to be mad at me. So try to sign over the weekend and let me know when it's done.
Okay.
Other than that, have a wonderful holidays.
And so we're not meeting in December again. We're waiting till January 7th.
Correct.
So great. So we all can have a nice restful time locked in our homes.
Yes. Perfect.
No.
Exactly.
way.
Don't get sick.
Don't
Already
get
get
sick.
sick. Whatever you do, already go get some vitamin C.
Yeah, don't get sick. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. Have a great
Motion to
holiday.
adjourn.
Enjoy.
Happy
Okay.
holidays.
Motion to
Bye,
adjourn.
everyone.
Oh,
Second.
yeah, motion, thank you. Motion to adjourn. Second, somebody?
Thirded.
Aye, 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 aye.
Bye, guys.
Aye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye. Bye, Sue.
Bye.
Bye.